Hey everybody, welcome back. Wendy Adams here, Paparazzi Independent Consultant and Premier Director, training my team and all of you on some fun games to play on Facebook Lives. So part one was Deal or No Deal. If you did not see that live, please go back, check it out. Part two was Paparazzi Jeopardy or Your Company Jeopardy. Okay, so if you didn't check either of those out, please feel free to go check those out. Today we are going to talk about part three, which is, I call it No Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it is Wheel of Fortune. It's a mix between Wheel of Fortune and Hangman. Okay, because there's no wheel, but they also don't hang themselves on a little, cross or whatever, little thing, right? So what you're going to need for a No Wheel of Fortune, and again, come up with something fun, a fun name that you want to call it. It all means the same thing, right? You could call it No Death Hangman, right? All right. So what you're going to need for this is very, very so simple. You need a dry erase marker and a dry erase board. Oh, look, that one has one right there with it. Okay, so I use a larger dry erase board, but mine is in my studio and I don't have it here to show you. So you would again have this sitting behind you in your Deal or No Deal or in your live so that they can see it. I would also go into my VIP group like the other videos suggested, and I would take sign-ups on who wanted to play Wheel of Fortune, okay? And I would put their names on tickets. Throughout my live, I will draw, and I will explain how all of this works. So what you want to do is be prepared, okay? Because what's worse than being, or, not being prepared, I don't know if there's anything, but you want to know what categories you're going to use, what your answer is going to be. So I will just take like either a sticky note, a sticky note to write down what what it's going to say when they fill it out, a piece of paper, anything, just so that you can keep that part off camera so they don't see that. And then your choice, it's your choice whether you want to learn how to write it backwards or write it forwards. So just keep in mind, and of course it's going to be backwards to you when I show it to you. If you're going to write backwards, your first letter, and this is my right side, so it's looking like the left, I think, to you. But you're going to start your first word right here, okay? And then I just take the dry erase marker, and let's say I'm, maybe it might be a phrase, and it might say, it's a bling thing, right? So then you'd put I-T apostrophe, get your apostrophes and all your punctuation in there. I-T-S-A, maybe down here you go B-L-I, and you're making dashes for each of these, T-H-I-G. Okay, so it's a bling thing and you call it a phrase, okay? Or you can call it whatever you want to do. And then, so then now you've got your board set up, you give them the little category down here so that they know what that is. And again, you can write that backwards if you are so inclined to do that. If you are, the other thing that you can do, and what I did, the first time I did it, I didn't write it backwards, so I flipped the camera. So I just grabbed my camera, flipped the camera so they could see it straight on. So whichever is more easier for you, that works. All right. So once again, you're going to get your signups. If you choose to do it, if you don't have a VIP group, it's okay. Then you could even go onto your business page, your personal page, wherever you're going to go live and say, hey, we're going to play No Wheel of Fortune or whatever you're going to call it. Who wants to play with me tonight? And, get your tickets if you need to, or just do tickets when people come in. That way you're not wasting tickets if they say, oh, I want to play, and then they never show up. So it's however you want to do it that way. So you're going to have your little Post-it note or your note with what you're going to say, so it's a bling thing. Sometimes it takes a little bit of mind work, especially if you're doing it backwards, going and you got to spell it out, when they're looking at it. But then the actual how to play the game is I would draw a name. I would ask Susie Q, okay, Susie, pick a letter. I said vowels don't cost you anything, you know, nothing costs you anything. Basically, the other thing that I do before I go into that detail is I will put $5, just write out $5 on one side and $10 on the other side. That's how I do it, okay? So, or that's how I did it the last time. So again, I'm giving you what I've done, and I want you to come up with your own because you might find something that works better with your company. But so then how I work it, and I tell everybody, don't, if you know the answer, don't blurt it out because you could be losing yourself a lot of diamond dough, bling bucks, beauty bucks, whatever you want to call it, okay? So, so then I would pick somebody from the audience, from the viewers, and I would say, okay, pick a letter, okay? If she picks a P, and there's 3 P's, she gets credit for all 3s. I put all the P's in there, all right? And then I ask that same person, can you solve this puzzle? And again, I keep reminding the audience, don't nobody else do this. Don't you say it because it's going to, you know, then she guesses it and you're out that money. So she can either say solve, she can say pass, or she can just type in what she thinks it is. But she also wants to be careful typing in what she thinks it is because she may have 4 or 5 of the words. I don't even know, you know, she might have a few of the words figured out and the others don't. And so if she guesses wrong, now somebody else can steal that really quick. All they got to do is have their name drawn, okay? So I make sure you spell it correctly because, again, if we misspell on those, you know, it could really mess up how your game goes and, you know, the integrity you have because you misspelled something where they guessed an R and there wasn't an R, but yet there was really an R, okay? So Susie Q cannot guess this, so she just says pass, and then we'll draw, whether you do it right away. I usually space it out throughout the live, but then I'll draw another person, and I put Susie back in the drawing so that she does get more chances, right? So I put her back in the drawing, shake them up, pick out another person, and that person gets to guess the game or guess the other, you know, another letter. They guess a letter, they get a chance. If they guess a letter, they get a chance to solve the puzzle. If they guess incorrectly, then we move on. All right. When I just did one of these for Valentine's Day, and it was so cool because what I did was I put up famous quotes, and I wrote down on my little sticky pad the actual quote and who said it. Okay. That's where the $5 and the $10 comes in. So somebody would get to solve the puzzle, and if that person, so let's say we keep doing it, I draw a name, they pick a letter, they guess the puzzle, and I'm like, that is correct. Now, would you like to keep your $5 diamond dough, or would you like to risk it for a chance at $10 diamond dough? And I tell them what's required. You can risk it, and for $10, tell me who the famous person is that quoted that quote. And you'll, instead of getting 5, you'll get 10. Some of them were like, nope, I want my $5 and I want to just be done with it because I don't got a clue who really originally said that. And I even tell them that in the beginning. I'm like, you guys, seriously, if you can like solve it in your head, go Google who said it, right? So I let them, you know, that's fine. So again, to do it's a bling thing, you know, think of a secondary thing, okay? You could, if it's a bling thing, then I could say, okay, for $10, what's a bling thing? And hopefully their word is paparazzi, right? And they'd get $10, okay? So you can choose however you want to do this. Make it several, you know, different monetary figures. Maybe instead of giving them cash a discount, you give them a free product. Maybe over here you put a free piece of bling or a free hand cream or whatever it is that you sell. And then they can risk the hand cream for whatever this bigger prize is. Okay, so I hope this one is something that maybe you'll try. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you try this, I'd love to hear your experience with it, how it worked for you in the comments below. Have a great day. I'll see you for the next game.